How to wash, clay, seal a dirty ride without a pressure washer.
Hi, I'm Ivan.
I'm Nick.
This is DIY Detail. This vehicle, you may recognize it. We coated it a year ago. And a year ago, we used C6 Hydro Light on it.
Ivan, I never forget a Subaru. As a Subaru owner myself, I know it's not the cool car to own, but I am a family man. Listen, this vehicle we ceramic coated with C6 Hydro Light. This vehicle has bug guts littering the front end, and this vehicle is begging for the DIY detail treatment.
Right, it's begging for it because there's a little sticker in the windshield that says, I can go through a car wash as often as I want. And unfortunately, it has.
When you see the sticker, it's a green light for just about anything goes. No, we are gonna do it the safe way. We're going to use our rinseless wash, then we'll use a hose, and then we'll use rinseless wash again. Ivan, what's the method? What's the safe way to clean a car?
We're gonna show you that safe way, but I just wanted to point out a few things on this vehicle. Nick alluded to the immense amount of insects littering the front, and they've been baking on for a week or so now, and look at these spots on here. So, driven on a gravel road, goes through a car wash, that's what the paint looks like before washing. So no, we're not always washing clean cars. First thing we need to do though is emulsify those insects, break down that dirt, get rid of the brake dust on the wheels. We're gonna do that using our friend All Clean, diluted 15:1. And Nick, if you wanna start spraying the paint down with the rinseless wash.
Ivan's using All Clean and the Foam Pro 12 from a brand called IK. We love foamed on All Clean. But we also want you to know this is a very beginner friendly, no fancy tools necessary, no pressure washer for $1,000 necessary. We sell All Clean in a 16-ounce bottle. You can absolutely just spray it on like this, Ivan, and get it to clean well. Now, can you talk about the difference between All Clean perhaps? I mean, my trigger finger's already tired. The difference between that and the foam.
Way too much. Nick used way too much there.
That's too much?
Yeah, way too much. And you managed with all those sprays to miss half of the tire. So,
all right, I'm gonna get the rinseless wash on. Speaking of not fancy stuff, this is a garden sprayer. You can use whatever you, the whole idea with rinseless wash is what, Ivan?
To get it on the surface, to allow it to start emulsifying the dirt, and in the case there, all those insects.
Would you want to use All Clean on these insects, or are we going to show the power of rinseless wash to help us clean without it?
We could use All Clean on there, but it's not that necessary.
You could if you wanted to. Just keep that in mind at home.
Yeah.
Let's see what rinseless wash can do for us. What sprayer do you have to disperse the rinseless wash, Ivan?
Mine is the Pump Zero, meaning that it's a little battery operated pump instead of pumping it up and down, but it does essentially the same thing. And actually just the little motor part of it here can go on yours. And despite all the dirt on this vehicle, the Hydro Light is doing an amazing job.
How can you tell just with the spraying?
Look at all the beading. Beautiful, tight little beads everywhere.
And we ceramic coated this, what, a year ago?
A year ago, and it goes through the car wash on a regular basis. Now, we're gonna allow this to dwell a little bit, do what it needs to do. On the rest of the vehicle, that's fine. On the front, we wanna let the rinseless wash stay as long as possible. So we're gonna rinse off the rest of the car, leaving the front till last, so that rinseless can start working on these bugs. No need for a pressure washer, garden hose will do the job, and that's exactly what we're doing here. And whether we're using a garden hose or a pressure washer, technique is the same. Start at the top, work your way down. Remember all that dirt and crusted dry water spots on the hood? That's why you want a coating on your car. Of course, this is not gonna knock the bugs off like a pressure washer, but you'll see just how easy they are to wash off. Next, we'll add a little more rinseless wash to the surface, including the wheels.
Ivan, I know you like to shower and rinseless wash, but not everybody does. You sprayed me with a sprayer.
I was spraying wheels. How did I spray you with the sprayer?
I was in the back as you started to.
I sprayed the wheels, Nick.
Well, I just wiped it off my face and I didn't spray myself. So I was taking leaves off the back that you didn't spray off, and that's where I got hit. So the chemical rinse chemical method, Ivan, talk about it.
Well, we've applied the chemical. We've allowed it to dwell. We've allowed it to break down the traffic film and the dirt. Then we rinse it off, taking the grit away with it. We apply a little more for lubrication and to help break down that traffic film a little more. Then we go to the contact wash.
I've already put rinseless wash in my bucket. Ivan likes to do it on camera. My sponge on the verge of dripping. It's not dripping anymore at all. Should I redunk it?
No, that's fine.
So the idea when we teach the sponge on the verge of dripping, is it that people really just get their sponge too wet when they put it to paint?
Just like you did a few too many sprays on the wheel, people leave their sponge just a little too wet.
With soap, wet sopping is good. With rinseless, you know, sponges actually are meant to suck up liquid, right? They do better when they're a little bit drier. So anyway, here we go.
So we actually want to semi-dry the panel as we're going by with the rinseless wash.
Are you using pressure to semi-dry?
No pressure. And you'll notice the dots or the beads are not clear. When they're not clear like that and they have dirt in them, you flip your sponge over, you go back over the second time, absorbing more of that dirt off the surface into the sponge where you can safely deposit it in your wash bucket.
Look at how clear all the water beads are now. They're not water, they're rinseless, right?
Right.
I want to showcase something really awesome about our system. Rinseless wash is a lubricant. So if for some reason you didn't get something off in the wash, like that little bug gut right there, take your decontamination towel, soaked in your rinseless wash, follow that little dot with no pressure whatsoever. I'm just gonna go like this, back and forth a few times, and just like that, it's gone. It's a tease. We're gonna wash, clean, seal. This towel will feature itself a little bit later, but I just wanted to show you, don't think that we're not cleaning here. This is easy, it is safe, Ivan, and we've done it so many times. Does it get old? Do you feel like you're still learning? Do you think people are learning? Like, talk to me about this process.
We're always learning. There's always ways to improve. There's always ways to get better.
Would you use a hose or a pressure washer, or are we just showcasing that it's possible to do it without a pressure washer?
The pressure washer isn't really necessary.
Ivan, are you saving the front bumper till the end?
Always. The reason for that, let the rinseless wash do its job. Let it emulsify. Let it break down that dirt. Let it work for you.
Are you flipping to two sides on every panel, or are you watching for the rinseless solution and letting it tell you what it needs?
I'm looking at the solution, and every time it needs it. Come take a look here. You can see where I've been and where I haven't been. Notice the change in color. That's traffic film. There's no grit involved here. That's just traffic film. So we'll remove the traffic film in the first pass. Flip the sponge over and absorb the excess off the surface. Now we have some tar buildup on this panel. There's something there, grease or tar. So we'll actually probably bring out our tree sap remover for that one.
Ivan, why do some panels feel like they're cleaning up really easily and others feel like they're kind of gunked up? I mean, it's been a year, right? So anything could happen?
Anything could happen, and this vehicle goes through a car wash on a regular basis. Who knows what the car wash is doing to this vehicle and putting on this vehicle?
Yeah, I'm still seeing kind of darker solution, some of those dark beads. So I'm gonna flip my sponge, and although it appears pretty much clean, once those beads go clear, that's when I know I'm ready for the next panel. Platform or the old open the door and get most of the way there method?
I could reach past the halfway point, so no need for the platform. you might need it. Before the next step, where there's tar, I'm gonna spray on a bit of our tree sap remover. Yes, the rinseless is still on the panel, that's fine. So I've sprayed it, I'm gonna let it dwell for a second or two, and there was some on the back door here. We got a nice line of it here. So spray a bit there. So wherever I see the tar, I'm gonna put this on, then a couple sprays into my towel. Now I've washed the surface, so I'm not concerned about the rubbing that I'm doing because the surface is clean. So I'll add a little more tree sap remover to my towel. The longer you let it dwell, obviously, the better it's going to work.
Let's take a look at the tar right here. Didn't come off with the wash. I'm not worried about that. Again, tree sap remover, fantastic solvent. Dwell time is the name of the game. I could rub right away. I'm just gonna let it dwell and kind of see what happens. It's remarkable, I love this stuff. A little more tree sap there. I may do one of these and one of those. Right on my towel there. And I may as well just see if it goes right away, because it does. Excellent. And there, just take a second. We've got rinseless wash on the surface as lubrication. Man, the system works so well.
Now that I've removed the tree sap, I'm gonna add back some rinseless wash to the surface because we need rinseless wash on the surface for the next step.
From experience, Ivan, I know that using our decontamination towel and trying to work in tar can kind of mess the towel up. I don't want people to freak out, but I want them to know that reach for your tree sap remover before the towel if you can see the tar on the paint. Is that a good method?
Yeah, so after the wash, if it's still there, that's when you reach for the towel.
And I don't know, it's very bizarre. This probably could come off in the decontamination stage, but there's these like dark streaks here.
Yeah.
You wanna show them on camera? So Ivan just washed that. It's probably gonna come off with my decon towel, but I one time got my decon towel gunked up with some stuff like that looked like tar. So I'm just gonna gently wipe here, and with a little bit of dwell time. Do you know what this stuff is, Ivan?
No idea.
That's the thing, is this mystery stuff has been all over this paint, but it's so easy to clean with a little patience, a few passes, a little bit of dwell time. A nice plush towel, doesn't hurt either, right? Look at that. I haven't done the front bumper yet, Ivan, so I'm gonna take a little rinseless. Is that overkill?
No, that's fine.
I'm gonna wring it out over because I don't know if this is dried out on me, so I'm just gonna make sure it hasn't. I figure a little more lubrication, a little more cleaning power, never hurt. So I still see some guts on here, Ivan. Does that mean this doesn't work and we should resort to a different method and give up rinseless wash forever?
Not at all. If we were washing this with soap, we would have the same consideration here. So this has paint protection film on it. Paint protection is a little softer than paint, but when we go over this with the decontamination towel, everything will be fine.
I wonder if the variable is that we didn't have the pressure washer to get these guts off. Is that it?
Pressure washer definitely helps. Now, this fender is completely dried up on me, so I'm just adding a little more rinseless wash to the surface for the next step.
I love showcasing the real world where you may not have a pressure washer, or you may have embedded bug guts, and it's like, well, they showed me this method that looked too good to be true, and now it's not working for me. You can watch us problem solve in real time. These problems aren't huge problems. They're very easily solvable. There's not a ton of different products and tools that we need to work with here, but experience helps. And by watching this, you're gaining some experience as well. I'm excited to see what the Decon towel can do.
Right, next step, Envy ceramic detail spray. Now, we're using this as actually, before we do this, one last little thing that I want to show people. Before we put another sealant on it, what's the beading look like?
Okay, good point.
After 1 year.
Yep.
Like new. And if you're like sheeting, we can do sheeting too.
One reason why people would choose C6 Ceramics Hydrolite is because of the beading.
Right.
So I'm glad to see it beading after a year, Evan.
Now, why these beads are sticking there is there's still a bit of contamination on the surface. Even though we've washed it, contamination doesn't come off by itself. Now, before taking the NV ceramic detail spray to the surface, yes, thank you, Nick.
We need more rinseless wash on here. Why? It doesn't look like anything. Could we just use a wet surface that's clean?
Better lubrication.
Okay. And it's not really gonna hurt to have rinseless everywhere. I know it hasn't probably dried up on us, but while you do your demo, I'm just gonna give a refresh. I'm gonna put it everywhere.
Yep.
I wanna always have lubrication, so you go ahead.
One spray on the towel, one spray on the panel, match them up, and off we go. Now, one advantage of taking this car through a car wash regularly is there's less accumulation of contamination. And you see those bug guts, they just went away quite simply, quite easily. And now I'm applying a bit of NV ceramic sealant to the surface. And you want to dry it before it dries by itself. So I can get away with doing 2 or 3 panels. Before drying it, I'm going to leave the front bumper until last.
What's the difference between doing this method and doing like iron remover as your decon lube, as your clay lube?
It's a much more in-depth process.
With iron remover?
With iron remover, it is going to do a better job. But on the other hand, we're not feeling contamination on the surface here.
No.
So it's not very bad. We didn't see a lot of iron contamination. So this is a good, easy coating maintenance.
Oh my gosh, if you're gonna spray NV ceramic sealant on anyway, it takes an extra, what, 5 minutes to use the decon towel during the process?
Yep.
It's just something you can do often. It's not like, oh my gosh, this is my all day in the driveway just to wash my coated car maintenance routine, right?
Yep.
Love the decon towel for bug guts on windshields. Always use it. Don't always need ceramic sealant underneath it, but NV sure is a nice way to give a little pop back to the windshield as well. So Ivan's doing the, I'm in a controlled environment. There's no direct sunlight method. I'm doing the, you're in direct sunlight, you wanna work panel by panel, super precise, super safe, super easy. A lot of folks do have to work outside, don't they, Ivan?
Definitely do. There's nothing wrong with that. Even our ceramic coating can be applied outside.
You often say don't spray NV ceramic sealant into the drying towel,
right?
Just one spray on the paint. Why put a spray on the towel and on the paint with a decon towel?
Lubrication. And we're not spraying it onto a microfiber surface, we're spraying it onto a synthetic decontamination surface. The reason you don't want to spray it on your microfiber towels is it will clog your microfiber towels. No, it's not going to affect the decontamination towel negatively. It's a completely different surface than a regular microfiber towel. One spray on the towel, one on the panel, match them up.
I feel like I've heard that before somewhere. Have we done a couple videos on the channel about decontamination?
Yeah, quite a few actually.
And what are the biggest mistakes people make, even after all these tutorials, when it comes to using the perforated synthetic decontamination towel?
First of all, not folding it. And that's why we now have a quad fold towel. It sort of incites you to fold it.
It folds itself pretty much, doesn't it?
Right. The other thing is applying pressure with the towel. Don't use pressure, it's not needed, it's not necessary. One spray on the panel, one on the towel, match them up, and decontaminate.
Are you decontaminating this plastic up here?
Yeah, always.
I was doing it as I asked you, so I was hoping you'd say yes.
We're spreading the NV ceramic sealant on the surface as we're doing it.
So you can almost think of it as just a way of spreading your protection product.
Yeah.
Not like, I have to get everything off with this towel, I need to put a lot of pressure on it. Just no pressure, just think about spreading the product.
Exactly.
I like that. I like that visual.
Now, how do we observe the coating not performing as well as it is here? We would have done a deeper dive decontamination that included iron remover and water spot remover. But in this case, we have a coating that's performing very well. It's still there, it's still doing its job. We don't need to do any more.
Having installed this coating myself, Ivan, with you, it's nice to see it working a year later. We don't often get them in the shop on camera. We see our own vehicles and we see other people's vehicles from time to time, but this is living proof that coatings just work. Had we not coated it, would this have been a different wash experience?
Yes, definitely.
Talk to me about that. Like, what do you know, even though we wouldn't know much? Because we can't tell what this would have been through, but had it not been protected over the last year, what would we be running into?
Coating makes washing easier. That tar that we removed off the surface would have been more difficult to remove. Those bugs definitely would have been a lot more difficult to deal with. The decontamination towel just gliding over the surface. There's hardly any contamination on this. And this is a daily driver in the Midwest that spends its time outside.
Has survived a winter without being decontaminated. So we're just sort of like interacting with it for the first time.
Yep.
There's a whole deep dive on how to decontaminate a coated car. We're kind of doing the appetizer. The main dish involves water spot remover and iron remover. It's just a couple extra steps, a couple extra rinsing steps. Not stressful at all, super easy to do. The wash clay seal, Ivan, is that something you would recommend for folks whenever they want to?
Yes, whenever you want to, coated or uncoated car. This, in my shop, was the customer's favorite service and one of mine as well because it was highly profitable and great customer reviews.
You're hearing a couple sprays because I'm almost out of NV ceramic sealant. It's kind of the hot product and everybody wants some and we love using it. And I will tell you, you're not going to scratch your car up with the decontamination towel. That's why I asked, can I do this at every wash if I wanted to?
If you wanted to, yes. It's a bit of overkill.
Well, what if I drove down like a really bug-infested road and didn't wash my car? If you wash your car every week and you have bug-infested, front bumper, and it's coated, they'll just come right off.
Yeah.
But let's say I washed once a month, and that was my every wash. You may need to wash clay and seal every time, and that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. And of course, you can use NV just as a regular drying aid too. Just spray it on the surface as you're drying, and the water just goes away. No streaking on the glass, and this is a damp towel. This has actually done a couple other cars today, so. As we have the mid-afternoon sun beaming in through the window, look at the gloss on this Subaru. After 1 year of driving through car washes.
I guess the question is, do you recommend someone who's gonna go through the car wash get a ceramic coating, or is it just for the discerning detail nerds out there?
No, you definitely want the protection that the coating offers going through a car wash, because car washes, it can be harsh, chemically and with brushes. And we know the car wash that this is going through is definitely a brush car wash, so.
I said nerd affectionately, by the way. I once had a company called Carpet Cleaning Nerds, so I consider myself a nerd, but not everybody is as crazy about detailing as we are, Ivan.
No. But once you understand the why and how much fun it can be, then you might become a little detailing nerd as well.
It's just fun being able to achieve exceptional results on cars and transform them and take care of them. It's hard not to want to dive down the rabbit hole.
Speaking of diving down a rabbit hole, I have a rabbit hole of drips coming out of the mirror, so the drip catcher it is.
Tell me about that towel, Ivan.
It's a towel that has two high-powered magnets in it that you can either stick to the car, or if you have an aluminum or fiberglass car, you can stick it to themselves and they'll catch the drips coming off of the mirror. Left the front bumper till last. because of those bug guts, one spray in the towel, one spray on the panel. And we'll just lightly shave them away off of this paint protection film. No pressure on the decontamination towel. Just a couple passes. Oh, we can hear them on the headlight. Let it sit for a few seconds. Now that we've taken the top layer off of them, let them sit, let it dwell, come back and do a second layer. I'm gonna flip to another side of the towel because of all those bug guts.
This is one of those cases where Ivan usually says, don't freak out, where's the contamination going? You can't even see it. Sometimes the contamination is the bug guts,
Yeah.
and you can see them, and if that's the case, do we have the green light from LaCroix to flip the towel and use common sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because sometimes you think you say I overdo it, and I'm flipping too often, or I'm, worried too much about things because I'm like, well, what if this happened, and what if that happened? Because as we've mentioned before, overthinking, a competitive sport in detailing.
Yes.
How's it going over there?
I'm good. There's no more bug guts.
No. If you see a bug gut and it's not moving, 5 more no pressure passes, or 2 more, or whatever. Just have patience. Don't be like, it's not moving, I need to push really hard, just a few more.
Yeah, pressure is never the answer.
No pressure, lots of patience. The P word is okay, but it's patience, not pressure, right?
Yeah.
A real detailer will decontaminate a license plate. So I'll make sure I've got all those bug guts off of there. I guess I probably could exhibit better form, but I don't think I'm gonna scratch up a license plate, am I, Ivan?
It's paint, so yes.
Oh, okay, all right. Be careful, Nick. Although this looks a little wild, I'm not putting any pressure on it, and that's kind of right in the corner there. Now I'm detailing for me, not the owner, right, Ivan?
Pretty much.
The stuff no one will see, but we want to do it as well as we can if we're detailing. All right. So Ivan, often folks will hear, do the wheels first. With rinseless wash, with this method, is there a reason why we waited until the end?
No reason why we waited, but there was no reason to be in a rush either. I happen to have a bit of rinseless wash in a spray bottle because they've dried off. Reapply a bit of rinseless wash. Now, we're not worrying about the barrels on these wheels because the owner doesn't even know they're there. These are wheels that go through a car wash. A car wash has never cleaned a barrel. We know these haven't been cleaned in a year. And apparently the last time I used my wheel bucket, I had incredible suds in it. But the performance is the same, the results are the same, whether you're using incredible suds or rinseless wash. I'm gonna rinse off the wheel with my sprayer. Now, had I not had incredible suds in my wash bucket, I wouldn't have had to do this. Just rinsing the wheel down, a spray or 2 of Envy ceramic detail spray. Dry these wheels off. Dry the tire off, and I'm not going for perfectly dry on the tire because our tire dressing is water-based. So there's a little bit on there, not a big deal. Around that wheel, apply the tire dressing. When we come back, it'll be nice and dry. While I'm at it, bit of tire dressing on this trim. Always makes it shine. And who doesn't like clean dressed trim? How about you, Nick?
Always dress the trim, Ivan.
Do you dress the trim on your Subaru?
I don't think it has a lot of trim to dress, to be honest with you, but the Jeep I do for sure.
With what's remaining in my brush, I can easily do the trim here, and the brush allows me great control. I can get right up to the paint without touching the paint.
I was just thinking that very same thing. just kind of right into there. Just edging along the paint, just like that. If you're the kind of person who loves meticulously caring for your vehicle and enjoys the before and after transformation, dressing the trim is an excellent choice. I'm gonna knock down the tire lotion on the trim. Just in case I got anything on the white paint, I'll run around the edges and I'll just level it. I already did that area, so that's an area where I may knock that down because it might look a little greasy, Ivan.
Very good.
Not greasy, but I think too shiny is a little bit too much. I like it just, so you can see Ivan did that side, I did that side. Is it too early to knock it down? Should I give it a second?
I can give it a couple minutes.
All right, I'll give this front a second because he just did it again, but I will kind of knock. So first what I'll do after I dress the trim, I don't have any tire lotion on here yet. So I'm just gonna wipe the painted area where I didn't totally dry. And then I'll just kind of do one of these where I'm just going around the trim. So I'll go around the paint like that first, and then I'll just go ahead and use this to knock the trim down. I can just use one towel in multiple ways, but just in case. And if I got any tire lotion on there, I'll just flip my side so I'm not working that into the paint. Just in case, boom. Fresh side right along the edge. Okay, and now I'll use it as an opportunity to knock down that tire lotion, work it in.
Nick, this was simple, this was quick. We got a great result. It's a beautiful looking car. And after a year of going through the car wash, take a look at this paint. Looks almost as good as the day we did it.
At this point, Ivan, folks may wonder, how do I get a piece of that? How do I get more of what I saw here? And the truth is, I think we should send them to how we actually accomplished the ceramic coating in the first place.
Yeah, take a look at this one right here.